Welcome to Medical Spa Insider. I'm Kathy Christensen, President and CSO of AmSpa, and I'm happy to welcome you to this very special podcast featuring 4 leaders in the medical spa industry who are also featured speakers at the upcoming Medical Spa Show 2025. This week, we are so pleased to chat with Medical Spa Show speakers Erika Berry, aka Injector Bunny, MPC, Resculpt Aesthetics, Savanna Boda, LE, Savanna Boda Aesthetics, Jacklyn Halpin, DMP, APRN, FNP-C, Aesthetic Couture Medical Spa and Skin of Color Aesthetics, Rana Kennelly, AGNP-C, CANS, The Confidence Bar and The Confidence Lab, and Stephen Sorr, NMD, Source of Health. Before we kick things off, we would love to give you the chance to see these faculty members, as well as all of our other speakers and exhibitors while enjoying the parties, networking, and fun in Vegas at MSS. As a Medical Spa Insider podcast listener, we're offering you 10% off registration. Just use the code Medical Spa Insider MSS25, all caps, Medical Spa Insider MSS25, all caps, as a promo code when you register at www.medicalspashow.com.
Promo code expires on April 10, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Promo code only applies to the primary registrant. Promo code cannot be applied towards additional attendee registration and cannot be combined with any additional offers. Discount only applicable to new MSS 25 registrants.
And now, without further ado, please welcome the Injector Bunny.
Hi guys, I'm Erika Berry. I'm Injector Bunny on Instagram. I'm a nurse practitioner and I'm so excited to speak at AmSpa's Medical Spa Show this April 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th in Vegas at my favorite hotel, The Wynn. And they wanted me to go through and talk to you guys about a couple questions. So I own 2 medical spas, one in Potomac, Maryland, that is Moksha Aesthetics, and the other one is Resculpt Aesthetics in DC. And my boss here, the Sorr practice manager, Mel, she is going to read off some questions that Kathy from AmSpa, the amazing team at AmSpa, wanted me to go through to kind of get to know me. So, okay.
How long have you been in the medical aesthetics industry, and what is your business or clinical success that you are most proud of?
Oh, I love that. Okay, so I've been in this arena now for about 10 years. I started as a nurse practitioner. I went to Hopkins and I graduated in 2011. And then I started in the surgery space. So I was basically working in the OR, closing fascia, writing orders for PACU, and took care of the patients on the floor, a lot of surgical patients. It was a lot of urology and plastic surgery patients. And then from there, I started doing cosmetic clinic. Now, okay, we moved locations. So at that time, there wasn't a lot of training for injectors. So it was kind of the see one, do one, teach one mentality. So my focus was basically not consultation, just like go in, do what I can do. And it was scary. I didn't really know how to do a proper consultation, really didn't know my anatomy that well. So now when I look at how far I've come and all the training and time and preparation and how important your consultation is to your practice and to your results and to your career, like consultation is everything. That's where you establish your relationship with your patients, your credibility. That's where you explain, and I'm big on, I freaking love Dr. Lee Walker, but the ATP, that's where I'm explaining how you're aging, which a lot of patients don't know, your anatomy, your asymmetricalness, your assessment. And then T's, and then I explain to them what technique I'm going to use, what products I'm going to use. So I think it's really important that we do such a great job on that, because when I first started, that's where I struggled big time. The clinical success I'm most proud of is probably my Patreon. Probably, I don't want to be like, oh, I did this, but establishing a community of injectors that we can come together and train together, and we're all equal, and we share knowledge for each other. We share love, and we share complications. We share accomplishments. We share bad Yelp reviews or complications. And I think that's what I'm most proud of, because I didn't have that. And that's why I thought it was so important that we established this. And it's funny, my husband's a gamer, and he's the one that actually suggests suggested Patreon, and then you guys all know Libby is the one that was like, you have to do this. And I established my Patreon back in 2017. And ever since then, it's just been amazing to connect with everybody and how much I've learned from that, and how many things you think you know, but you have no idea. So I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly becoming more educated and realizing the moment you think you know it all, that's when you're like done for. Always be thirsty for more knowledge. The next question is, read out loud so they can hear.
Your biggest business or clinical failure and the lesson you learned from it.
I'm going to do my biggest clinical mistake and how I learned from it. My biggest clinical failure was from a patient. I'll never forget her. I'll never forget her face. I did her lip filler. And I remember the day she came in, I was super behind, and I rushed through the assessment. She was beautiful. She needed nothing. And I was like, oh, this is so easy. And it was, she came back a week later, and she was so upset. And she's like, this is not symmetrical. I'm not happy. I wanted my borders crisper. I wanted this. And I didn't know at the time, but I gaslit her. And what does that mean? That means I basically, was like pacifying all of her concerns, even though that was her concern. I was like, no, you're beautiful. No, that's normal. No, you are fine. You are not seeing things the way I'm seeing things. That I have learned from that. You have to address every single thing with your patient before you touch them. You have to go over everything, because we all know no one's symmetrical. But the problem is, I didn't do that. I didn't tell her she wasn't symmetrical. I didn't tell her it was normal to have lumps and bumps. I didn't tell her that the lip filler is going to make her a little bit swollen for a couple of weeks and blunt the borders. I didn't tell her those things. So of course she's upset. She's upset with the results. So also, when someone comes back and they're upset, you don't gaslight them and pacify their concerns. You look them in the eye and say, I am so sorry you feel that way. We're going to get down to the bottom of this. We're going to figure out a solution. I am here for you. And you actively listen, and body language is everything. I think my hands were like crossed. I was like in a bad mood. And then I learned quickly, I'm here to serve you. I'm here to serve my patient. My patient, their safety comes first, then their happiness, then my happiness. So I really learned that I need to listen to my patient more intently. When they come back with concerns, I need to not gaslight them and actually listen to them, because although it might not be a concern for you, or you are like, I know that, it's still a concern from them. So hopefully that answers the questions. That was it, Mel?
What's your biggest business failure, and what did you learn from that?
Biggest business failure, not thinking that I am worthy of my own practice, my own career, my own place in this world. I'll never forget, I'm not gonna even say who, any denomination, a person in my life told me I would never be able to own my own business. That, yeah, and I now look at, no, this is the secret. If you have your own Instagram handle, you own your business. Get an LLC, make sure you know your place in this world, belong to AmSpa. You need to belong to AmSpa, because AmSpa is your guiding light. It is your roadmap. And so for me, I learned that really quickly, that I'm in control of my career. And I have 7 injectors at my Moksha location in Potomac, and then I have 4 injectors in my DC location, and I behoove the same to them. This is your career. You have to be autonomous. I will guide you. I will mentor you, but you take control. My goal is to make sure you all have your wings and you're able to fly. So hopefully this is everything you guys wanted. And I'm so excited for April 10th. I'll be flying in that day. And then my birthday's the next day. Mel will be with me. Woo! And we are going to have so much fun in Vegas. And I guarantee you this conference will change your life. It really will. It changed my life the first time I went, and AmSpa just cares so deeply about your wellness, your legality, everything.
Hey y'all, my name is Savanna Boda, better known as the Dallas Esthetician on Instagram, and I am a med spa owner and licensed esthetician in DFW. I am the owner and founder of Savanna Boda Aesthetics, where we specialize in corrective skincare, whether that's acne revision, fading pigmentation, or reversing aging. I am so excited to be a speaker this year at MSPA's Medical Spa Show. I have been in the medical aesthetics industry for 7 years as a licensed esthetician and professional laser tech. I would say my biggest clinical success would definitely be treating people from all over without even touching their skin. Something during COVID that I did to survive and keep my business booming was virtual consultations. And during that time, I had to get really savvy with skincare products and mix and matching different skincare lines and brands so that I could deliver clinical results to my clients at home. Now we do so many virtual consultations and I'm able to get amazing results for clients without even touching their skin. And I'm very, very proud of that. My biggest business failure, I would have to say was running a business. I think it's so difficult, as an esthetician, we don't typically go to college or have a business background. And a lot of us don't go into aesthetic school knowing that we want to run or operate a business. So for me, I was just a solo esthetician and, doing everything by myself, which definitely was hard, but not as hard as employing people and having a bunch of employees. So something for me that was so difficult was just trial by fire, trying things to see what worked, just trying to find any resource I could to run a business. I wouldn't really say it's a failure, but it definitely was a huge lesson that I learned, and it just shaped me into the woman I am today, having to bootstrap a business and figure things out as I go. But I will say I'm so happy now that I know about MSPA. I'm excited to actually attend and be able to take some classes because you can always better your business and be better for your clients and for your employees. I'm so excited to be speaking this year at the show, so I invite you to come to Win Las Vegas and come see me. My course is going to take place on Saturday, April 12th at 9:35 to 10 a.m. in the Marketing Mastery Strategies for Success track. The title of my talk is How to Create Influence in a Competitive Industry, and I'm so excited to teach you guys all of my tips and tricks to help you stand out so you can get more clients from your practice and get more recognition for your business globally. I'm going to be teaching you how to make content that is not only catchy, but helps really feed your brand and feed a long-lasting business. I cannot wait to see you guys there. I can't wait for us to all win at the Win. See you at the Medical Spa Show 2025.
Hello everyone, my name is Jacklyn Halpin. I have my doctorate of nursing practice and I am the co-founder of Skin of Color Aesthetics LLC. I am so excited to be a speaker at MSPA's Medical Spa Show. So I've been in the aesthetic industry for about 4 years now, and I think one of the biggest successes that I have had in this industry was connecting with my colleague, Marissa Amici, and being able to just travel the world and educate clinicians and estheticians about how to treat skin of color effectively. Our mission is to address unique concerns within this community and advance inclusivity within aesthetics. And we can do all this by elevating our standards of care as well as fostering that confidence in those underserved areas. Okay, so this is a great question. My biggest business failure and what I learned from it. So not only do I co-own Skin of Color Aesthetics LLC, but I also own Aesthetic Couture Medical Spa that is located in Greensboro, North Carolina. So I think one of my biggest business failures, and this is something that you also need to take into account when you are trying to build your team. So be very quick to fire, very slow to hire, and just take your time. So that is definitely something that I have learned within this first year of hiring my first employees. There comes a time where you have to sit down and think about what you actually need for your business, not what everyone else is doing around you. Sometimes you may see other med spas that have a team of 15, 20 individuals and they look like they're thriving and everything is great. And you're like, okay, in order for me to have a successful med spa, I need to do the same thing. I need to have those 10 to 15 people in my spa too. But in reality, what do you need so that you can be your most successful at the point that you are in, the spot that you are in? So I am one of those med spa owners that started at another clinic before. And so when I did go on to venturing out on my own, what I really needed was an assistant. But what I thought I needed was to hire 2 estheticians on my team so that I could get more clientele. And that probably wasn't the best route for me. Not saying anything about the people, the two individuals that I did hire. It was just not the appropriate route that I had taken. And so being able to know what you need, why you need it, before you make that decision to hire is so important, so that you can, number one, save your money, save your time, save your mental, your energy. I mean, there's just so many things to count within that, but just make sure that you are taking the right steps before you hire. And again, remember, be quick to fire, slow to hire. I invite you all to come check out my session at the Medical Spa Show in 2025. My class is taking place Saturday, April the 12th from 10:10 to 10:35 a.m. My talk is about laser and energy-based device safety protocols for skin of color. What you will learn at my talk is how to choose the correct device, as well as how to prevent any type of adverse reactions when you are treating skin of color clientele. I hope to see you guys in Vegas.
Hi everyone, my name's Rana Kennelly. I'm a nurse practitioner and I am the founder of the Confidence Bar and the Confidence Lab here in Chicago. And I'm really fortunate I've been invited by AmSpa to attend their medical spa show this year in April. I'm so happy to come along and join in the learning and the festivities. I was there last year and it was a good time. They certainly know how to put on a party as well. Some great speakers, some keynote speakers as well. I learned so much. I'm always up in the front row taking all notes and everything like that. And I'll be joining AmSpa this year, speaking on a couple of tracks, and I'm so proud to say that one of our practitioners, Lisa, will also be giving a talk, and my practice manager has also been invited. So you're going to meet the whole family at AmSpa, because when we come, we kind of come in a herd, because we're all about supporting and elevating each other. Not just each other in our practice, but also our peers as well. And I've been asked here to share what I'm most proud about in my business, and hands down, it has to be said that I'm most proud of my team. Now, I don't always tell them how amazing they are, because obviously we've got work to get done and we're always elevating ourselves and building on our skill and knowledge. But I get really excited when I hear from other people how our team goes out of their way to help others. So either meet up with them for a coffee or go out for dinner and just share their wealth of knowledge and their kindness with others. So I have to say that I hear lots of these little things all the time, and it just makes me really proud that I surround myself with people that care not only about the team inside of the practice, but also about our aesthetic community. So hands down, number one thing I'm proud about being a business owner is my team. Happy tears, happy tears. Now also, what is my biggest complaint about being a business founder is that it's also hard to manage people, right? So being a business owner, it is 24/7. I will say that there's no days off. Not everyone signs up for this, but it is so rewarding. I always talk to people that I'm here for you should you want to know the good, the bad, the ugly of running a business. But at the end of the day, hard work and dedication, and it is all worth it at the end of the day, but obviously there's hurdles that we've got to overcome. And the best way that I can share with others is just share my mistakes. So I'm looking forward to speaking on a panel where I'm very happy to bare my soul and say all the things that I've fucked up with. And I have, but I've learned from them, I've grown from them. Fortunately, my team has forgiven me, or we've grown together. And I think that, the biggest part of having a business is learning from your mistakes. Don't think of them as failures. Success is learning by all the little pitfalls that you nearly fall down, you get back up, you change that, you adapt, you pivot, and you make those corrections. And if you can help other people by not letting them make the same mistake, then your job is done, right? So I'm looking forward to meeting you all at AMSPA. Thank you again for inviting me, and we're going to have a great time together.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Stephen Sorr. I'm a naturopathic medical doctor at the Source of Health in Scottsdale. I am so excited to be speaking at AMSPA's Medical Spa Show. I've been in the medical spa industry for over a decade now, helping people look and feel their best as naturally as possible. It's hard to believe that it's been 10 years since I opened up my practice, the Source of Health, and it has grown and evolved in that past decade. And really the last 5 years have just absolutely exploded. But one of the things that I would say that I am most proud about is my ability to integrate my past as a naturopathic medical doctor with the aesthetic industry and combining these and integrating them together to help people really look and feel their best from the inside out as well as the outside in. One of my keys to success has been not letting my mind say, this is how things are, this is how things used to be. I'm always trying to push that boundary and say, how can we take science, how can we take the current evidence and move forward and be progressive? And with that comes some failures along the way. It's not always sunshine and rainbows. There are lots of pitfalls. There are a lot of things where we're tripping and falling and failing. One of my biggest failures is trying to grow too fast and not having the right team behind me to take care of all the things that we don't see. It's always, positive when you see it out there on social media and your presence, but what happens behind the scenes is all of the systems, all of the processes, all of these little steps along the way, and not being able to organize that and implement those changes effectively is what holds most people back, including myself. I invite you to come check out my sessions at the Medical Spa Show 2025. The title of my talk is Advancing Sexual Wellness Treatments in Your Practice. And one of the key takeaways that I'm really excited to be sharing is on the men's side of things, how to make men feel like they have their libido back before considering anything like hormone replacement therapy or anything that is libido stimulating. How do we work on that root, the foundation of health, and then build upon that into some of these advanced procedures? My goal is less is more, and what can we do to really empower people to feel their health and their vitality return? I really want attendees to walk away knowing that they have the power by using their words and using their consultative skills to help patients, men and women, feel their best and be able to do this on their own. It is always a good idea to have a good, strong business practice and make money, and procedures definitely are profit generating, but I think it's more important to develop a community of people that know, like, and trust you as a healthcare provider and not just selling you a treatment. My second session that's taking place is on Saturday, April the 12th, and we're going to be exploring the essentials of functional wellness. So this is how to incorporate functional wellness into your practice. We all know that, wellness is a huge trend that's growing in the medical spa industry. And what I want people to take away from my talk that's coming up is to be able to have the steps in place, knowing what to do when you walk into the door on Monday morning. How do I get started? How do I do that implementation that is so challenging? We're going to be covering the ins and outs, like how to figure out what to do as far as blood work goes, pharmacy goes, how to chart for these things, what questions to ask people, and how to really make sure that you can integrate this into your aesthetic practice. Again, I'm so excited and looking forward to seeing all of you there in April in Las Vegas.
Don't miss Medical Spa Show 2025, April 10th through the 13th at the beautiful Wynn in Vegas. Use code Medical Spa Insider MSS 25, all caps, as a promo code when you register at www.medicalspashow.com. See you there.
Promo code expires on April 10, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Promo code only applies to the primary registrant. Promo code cannot be applied towards additional attendee registration and cannot be combined with any additional offers. Discount only applicable to new MSS 25 registrants.